All right, so in this video, I'm going to be speaking about the Boy Scout oath and why you, even if you're not a Scout, even if you have no interest in Scout, will benefit from following it. Now, some brief background on me. I was in Boy Scouts of America when it was still a decently respectable organization. I became an Eagle Scout, and over the course of my time, I learned lots of things. Now, recently, I've just been kind of reflecting on my experience, and I thought of the Boy Scout oath and realized that there's just so much goodness in there, because this came from a different age. It came from nearly 100 years ago, perhaps even a little bit older than that. And I think it flies so counter to our times, which is why there's so much great stuff that we can learn from it. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to recite the oath in good Boy Scout fashion, and then we will dive into it going not quite word by word or line by line, but again, I've just highlighted some spots that we can analyze and hopefully show where you can get value in your life by living this out as well. So to kick things off again in good Boy Scout fashion, I have to recite this thing. So the Boy Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, and to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. All right, so let's dive into this thing. Already 3 words in, we get to something that's pretty countercultural in terms of the way people view things today. That is the word honor. Okay, so on my honor, the rest of everything that's to follow, it's based on this one word. And not only does it say that, well, yes, honor's a thing and it exists, but it also says that it's so important that you can actually pledge something on it, and that people should take you seriously based on that. I mean, think of the other things that we pledge on, or that we swear on, really. This is what we're doing in the oath. When you go to court to testify, you might swear on a Bible. The president's sworn in on a Bible, okay? Swearing on the Word of God, but you can also swear on your honor. And so, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty. Now here we already have something else that's pretty countercultural, because in our society today, we talk so much about the rights that we have, but we don't often talk about our responsibilities, okay? So here it's saying, not only do we have responsibilities, we have a duty to perform. And who is that duty to? That duty is to God and my country. Now the first part of that, God, obviously invokes the sense that we should be in right relationship with God. And at this point, I think of the book of Micah, an Old Testament prophet, who says, "What else does the Lord require you but to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God?" Okay, duty to God. Now, in the second part of that, duty to your country. This isn't in a nationalistic sense. It's not about nationalism. What it is that a country, well, what is a country? A country, in my mind, is an outpouring. It's an extension of community. Okay, so you have a local community in a town, you have a larger community perhaps in a city, then you go into a county, okay, then a state, then a country, okay? These things build on escalating levels. So a country is really an extension of your community. So you have a duty to God and to your community. And what is that duty to do? Let's start from the beginning. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law. Brings us to the next thing. What is the Scout law? Well, the Scout law is a set of 12 guiding moral principles to live by, okay? The Scout law says a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. All right, 12 words. Perhaps those could be your same guiding moral principles, but the fact is, what this oath does is it invokes the fact that we should have a guiding moral code by which we live, a set of moral principles by which we live. So, to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, pretty self-explanatory, and to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Now, I'll end on these 3. I think these are very, very, very important for all young men to keep in mind today. So, physically strong, self-explanatory. Strength matters, okay? Keeping your body in good condition matters. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, but physical strength and being in a position where you are taking care of the temple that is your body, that matters. okay? Mentally awake, that matters just as much, all right? Being able to be well-versed in the art of your culture, being able to be well-versed in perhaps current affairs or just what's going on around you, being well-read to a certain extent, okay? And being analytical, being able to be critical of the narratives that you're hearing and to think for yourself. This is all very, very important, okay? And before moving on to the morally straight part, what I'll say is that oftentimes young men typically stray to one or the other, okay? They lean more towards the physically strong or mentally awake. And the fact is, we have to be both, okay? We really have to blend those things together. This leads us to the last thing, which is to be morally straight, right? The Boy Scout oath implies that yes, there is a code of morality to live by. There is a straight and narrow, if you will. There is a moral set of conditions that we need to follow. So for this reason, and all the ones listed previously, I think that the Boy Scout oath is something that I should live by, you should live by, we should all live by if we really want to make the world a better place. So I hope this short video has been helpful, and I hope that it inspires you to reflect a little bit on your own life. You know, I hope that by thinking on this, that you can do something on your honor, that you can pledge to do your best to God and your country, to obey a set of moral guiding principles to help other people at all times, and to keep yourself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Thanks for watching.